A boatload of late model stuff today, including the series choice for a top 10 runner this season, a tour shuttered, and what that means for the future, plus other news and race results. Let's go. It's Monday, November 18th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. Maximize the lifespan of your Kubota equipment with Kubota Genuine Parts. Manufactured to the highest standard, their parts are a perfect fit and offer unparalleled performance. Whether you're farming, landscaping, or doing heavy construction, using genuine parts means you're investing in reliability. Keep your equipment working as hard as you do. Go with Kubota Genuine Parts. You can find a full line of Kubota Genuine Parts at any one of the more than 1,000 dealers nationwide. You can find a dealer in the My Kubota app or visit KubotaUSA.com. If you don't have the My Kubota app, you can find it in the Google Play or Apple App Stores. You can also click the links below in the video description or scan the QR code on your screen. At Cherokee on Sunday, Trent Ivey went to victory lane in the Blue Gray 100, topping a really stout field of late models. He started on the pole, led all 60 laps, and even made a little bit of history yesterday. Ivey and his dad, Petey, became the first father-son duo to win the Blue Gray 100 in its history. His dad did it in 2003. Behind Ivey, Dalton Wilson and Donald McIntosh were also on the day's podium. Jonathan Davenport finished 5th, Chris Madden was 6th, and Hunt the Front's Joseph Joyner was solid in 10th. Looking at schedules coming up, you basically have two more chances to see super late models in 2024. The first is at Duck River this coming weekend. They've got $15,000 on the line with the Gobbler. That's XR Super Series sanction. After that, it's the Dome in December. And then from there, we'll have to wait until January when the Wild West Shootout gets started at Vado on the 4th. Going back over the last few days, I do want to mention a few other news items, especially when it comes to silly season. First, after his Rookie of the Year season with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, Drake Troutman has a new deal for 2025. He'll go from running his family-owned car full-time to driving for GR Smith, effectively replacing Max McLaughlin in that number 22 machine. Troutman will continue working with his own crew guys, and he'll keep the Team 22 equipment at his shop in Pennsylvania. And keep in mind here as well that Smith is running a part-time deal for Chris Madden. And that situation has already started, will continue into next season. Troutman won a handful of races in 2024, including a split field Lucas show at Lernerville. He had a ULMS win and a few UMP modified features. If the offseason goes well, we could see this new pairing at Vado for the Wild West Shootout. If not, they do plan on racing all of Speed Weeks down south and then making a series decision from there. The 22 car was on the Outlaw Tour in 2024, while Troutman was obviously Lucas. I don't have a sense here for which direction they could ultimately end up going, but based on Troutman's history, I kind of feel like I might lean Lucas for these guys. I obviously understand the GR Smith owned cars here, also not exactly known for driver longevity, but I don't know that many thought Max would go the distance either in 2024, and he certainly made that happen. I do think it's good for Troutman to get some added backing, and even if it goes sideways, he'll still have his family-owned stuff to fall back on. And speaking of Max, he's got a new ride as well, which already debuted over the weekend at Sonoya. He's going to run some sort of pick-and-choose special event late model schedule going forward in a car owned by NASCAR team Nice Motorsports, along with company CEO Cody Efa. We've seen Nice dabble in dirt late model racing before with Carson Hocevar and Ross Chastain, and Cody Summer was actually previously involved with this team as well. McLaughlin is coming off his rookie season with the Outlaws, where he finished 11th in the standings. He also had a split field prelim win. That one came at Talladega. He was a Summer Nationals winner at Quincy as well. At Sonoya with Nice, McLaughlin made the Friday feature but DNF'd on that rough racetrack, and then they just missed a feature transfer spot in a B on Saturday. What exactly the schedule is for this team, we don't yet know, but there was obviously no mention here of a national tour run. As for Lucas full-timers, we've been tracking that growing list since the season ended at Eldora back in October. Right now, we know the list is at 8 with Max Blair, Devin Moran, Dalton Wilson, Clay Harris, Carson Ferguson, Dan Ebert, Brandon Shepard, and Tim McCready. All of those names are confirmed for next year. And we can push that to 9, as I was told from a very good source, that Garrett Alberson will be back with the series in 2025. The New Mexico driver was 6th in the Lucas standings this year and picked up his first career series win at Port Royal in August. He also bagged MLRA wins. He won the Baltus Classic at Eldora. He took a Summer Nationals race and won with James Essex's Northern All-Stars. This past weekend at Sonoya, he was a top 5 runner both nights. As I've said before, I think we can assume RTJ and Hudson O'Neal will return as well. That would take us up to 11. And then of the top 10 in Lucas standings, that leaves us with Jonathan Davenport, Mike Marlar, and Jimmy Owens, all unconfirmed so far for next season. They all might come back. I'm not sure, but I'm just saying right now we don't know what their plans are. Some news that broke today that's actually a bit of a bummer involves a regional dirt late model series. After 35 years in operation, the MLRA is no more. The Lucas Oil Company has owned the series since 2012, but going forward, the MLRA is done, and the resources they were putting into it will be shifted towards Lucas Oil Speedway and the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. MLRA Series Director Ernie Leftwich is moving over to Lucas Oil Speedway to serve as Assistant GM under Danny Lorton. Chad Simpson was the series champion in 2024. They had 19 races across various Midwest racetracks. Chad and brother Chris were the only two drivers this season to make all 19 features, and 152 drivers appeared at MLRA shows this season. If you might remember back to January of 2023, if you've been watching the show for a long time, I actually did a daily where we talked about how the Lucas Oil Company under Morgan Lucas had shifted its motorsports involvement dramatically in recent years. And Morgan is obviously Forrest's son, and Morgan has kind of taken that lead role in the company here in the last, 4 or 5 years. And that shift in motorsports dollars included giving up various series sponsorships. They shuttered things like their off-road series and handed over streaming to Flow Racing. I remember Mav TV had its own streaming app for a while that didn't really go very well. And since that daily show, Lucas Oil now also doesn't sponsor the Chili Bowl and Tulsa Shootout, and now comes this news for the MLRA. Elsewhere in motorsports, though, they continue to have a presence besides the aforementioned track in Wheatland and the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. They're a partner for Rico Abreu, and they've joined up with Kyle Busch to sponsor both his Cup Series entry with Richard Childress Racing, and they're on his midget for upcoming USAC shows and his Chili Bowl debut. I said back in 2023 that it seemed as though Morgan was kind of paring down deals that really drove, that didn't drive ROI and exposure, and the same really rings true nearly 2 years later. As much as it sucks to see the MLRA go away and the hole it will now leave in that part of the country, it seems clear that they were not getting a big enough return on that investment and selling more additives and lubricants because of its existence. There have also been kind of continued quiet rumors about the future for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and that wasn't helped by Flow Racing coming on board this season as a presenting sponsor. But because of the investment Lucas continues to make across motorsports, I'm less worried about these rumors. If they were shutting everything down in motorsports, that would probably be a lot more alarming, but that doesn't appear to be the case, at least yet. And even if they did decide to pull out of dirt racing completely, the Lucas Series would have at least a few willing suitors to take it over. We'll have to wait and see if another group is able to get a series going in that kind of Midwest area to try to fill that MLRA void. That's the Daily Show for today. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube or where you get podcasts or wherever you tune in. I hope you guys have a great Monday out there. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.